Now, watch where the mouse is going to go. If you come over here to the right, and if you right-click there, this is where you can get to lots of different views within Microsoft Project. So far, we've only been in Gantt chart view. Or actually, I just showed you the task form. And that's going to be more specific information about that task, about that individual task. I'm going to right-click, and I'll go back to the Gantt chart. Well, I want to start to assign employees and even resources that are not employees. So watch where I'm going to go. I'm going to right-click on this section over here, and then we'll go to the resource form. This is one way to do it. We can also go to the resource sheet. Right now, if I go to the resource sheet, there's nothing really in there. This is kind of like a spreadsheet format. I can type in stuff in there, but a lot of times I'll go to the resource form and start to type in something here. So let's say we're going to have, I'll type in some people that will be associated with this project. So let's say Mary, you type in the name, the initials, and then if you have a budget for that, how much time is going to be associated, that could be the max units. That would be like the budget for that person. Then here's where we can start getting into the cost. And then when we assign these resources to the test, which we're going to do in a few minutes, then we'll start to see the cost for that project. So let's say Mary is going to get 20, and she's going to be part of admin. So you fill in whatever you have on this window. I'm going to click on OK. You can always go back and change that information. So now I'll go to the next person. So let's say we also have Jim, and Jim is, let's say, JB, and let's say Jim is he's on the design team, so maybe he makes a little bit more, and he's on the design team. See how I have this group, and I can report in the group and do different things with that. Usually I'll use that for like maybe the department within the company. Good, so we have Jim. I'm just going to type in a few people. So then we have April, and April is AB, and then let's say April is in marketing, so let's say she makes the same as Jim. Okay, good. So I'm just adding some of these people, and then we're going to assign these people to the tasks. So you can see setting up your project might take a little time, of course, between the time of setting up your tasks and setting up your resources. So let's say Tina is in sales. So let's say she's going to be on commission. So we'll do sales right here. Good. Say Tina is TR. Do another person. Now you can see how I can pick on previous and see the people that I've put in already. So after Tina, we'll have Bill. And Bill is in transportation. Good. Okay, good. And then we have Pat. And Pat is part of construction. Good. And let's say we have Terry. And Terry is part of construction as well. All right, so I'm doing my resources here, everybody. And this is good. Now, I'm actually going to go back. I want to go back to Bill and Terry and Pat because, well, if they worked on the weekend or overtime, I can put an overtime in there as well. You see the overtime rate. Now, I'm actually going to go back to a different view. I'm going to right-click over here. Now, I want to see the resource sheet, which is more of that spreadsheet format, and then we can kind of see what we have here. Excellent. Now, I'm actually going to, another resource might be like a piece of equipment. So let's say we need a transportation van, and that is going to be a piece of material. And then over here, let's say every time I use that, every time I use the van, it'll be maybe we have to rent the van. So that's going to be $100. So that is per use. All of these other people are per hour. And then I can have overtime. But for the van, I have to rent out each time. And let's say it's $100 per use. So you can see how I have that one as well.